Welcome to the first investigation by Coven Paranormal, and tonight it's me, Fran, doing a solo investigation as voted by our fans on our Facebook page. And tonight I am at the abandoned site for Rose Cottage. Sorry about the traffic behind me. Although it's quite late at night, we are right on a main road and opposite the rail track. I have tried to time this so it's after the trains have stopped, but unfortunately it's not going to stop the traffic. And I think I actually stopped someone fly tipping here just because they came to pull in and then pulled off again once they saw I was filming. As unfortunately, in recent years it has become a dumping ground for fly tippers. So what can I tell you about the site we're at today? Rose Cottage was a cottage that existed until 2016, when unfortunately a fire happened on July the 17th, 2016, I believe, as reported in the Shropshire Star. Unfortunately, it was arson, but nobody, thankfully, was living here at the time. It was already an abandoned property. I will just insert some pictures here into the video to show you how it looked when the cottage was still standing. The location can be found on Hadley Road between Oakengates and Hadley and Wonbridge. It's to the rear of Hartshill Park. Okay. I felt it was important to try and do an investigation here before construction takes place on this site, as there is currently planning permission for 4 houses to be built on the area. Anytime I pass here, I have the sense that this once was a lovely family home, and as if there is probably quite a bit of history to it. All that we know so far is about the fire, the fact it had been abandoned for years before the fire happened, and that according to locals, in the 1980s, a cobbler by the name Mr. Lloyd was the resident here. I'm just entering into what would have been the cottage itself. As you can tell from the pictures that I've inserted into this video, it would have been a fair sized cottage, probably around, I'd say, 3 bedroomed. It had a garage off to the side and possibly even another garage off into onto the, let's see, the left hand side of the front of the building. So I'm just going to stop here and try and set up a good area to get out equipment and start investigating this quaint location. Hi guys, it's Fran at Rose Cottage. I've just set a locked off camera into sort of what would have been, well, the entrance way, I guess, and I think I've deducted there would have been what looks like maybe a downstairs toilet / bathroom area over in that direction. I am finding actually I don't know if the Locktoft's doing the same, but my phone camera is going quite fuzzy in parts. I'm just going to I've got a K2 meter with me as well, so I am just going to take a slow walk around and see if anything sets off the K2 meter. And with this being a derelict building, and the fact it was demolished quite a few years ago, there shouldn't be any electrical lines that would make the K2 meter go off. So if the K2 goes off, it is going to be an electromagnetic field, and anyone that follows a lot of paranormal stuff will tell you that a spirit is, meant to be an electromagnetic field in its own right, and that anything with a soul should have a K2 reading. So let's see if there's anything about. I am thinking I might have to come back to this location when I can try and guarantee that the roads are going to be quite. So I don't understand this, to be honest, why the roads are so busy when we're in a lockdown. It's late at night. People shouldn't be out at this time of night. It's a Sunday as well, and there is still a lot of traffic. So what is that about? It's one of those things. Not every abandoned building or ruin is haunted, but I just had a sense about this place, which is why I really wanted to get out here and do an investigation. So I'm hoping it's not going to let me down, and that hopefully we will have a K2 reading at some point this evening. So I am just going to pop the K2 in front of the other camera that I have set up, so that hopefully we can get a response. So just hope that's in a line of visibility further. Okay, so that's on. And I am just going to say, I'm going to ask, are there spirits that reside in this home? If so, can you come forward and make your presence known by approaching the black unit that I've placed on the ground that would have been near the entranceway to your home. And for people watching, I have set it off just kind of so it is in kind of a line of a gate where I think the front door would have originally existed. It's strange. Every time I've kind of checked this place out, it's as I'm leaving, I have kind of communications come through and bits of information, and it happened. If any of you watch and keep up with M&A Paranormal, which is a team that me and Shell are also members of, we do M&A TV on YouTube, and I did a video just checking this place out, and that was a few days ago, and I just left, and for some reason I just had the name Reginald pop into my head. So I get a strong feeling that Reginald is connected to Rose Cottage. And I also get a feeling that it was a kind of happy family home many years ago. Obviously, if local people know the history, if you can get in touch with us, we will do our own research as well, and just let us know, who lived here, who originally built the cottage, how long was it standing for, how many generations, that kind of thing. It would really help us just to verify their investigations and anything that I may pick up on tonight. I don't know if the amount of traffic is putting off, anything that is here from trying to come forward and communicate. Could well be the case. But I think it's a case of we're just going to have to wait and be patient. So I will stop this and keep the other recording going. And hopefully that'll pick up on if a K2 meter goes off whilst I'm not looking. Okay, so now trying a DVR. So, hello? Are there any spirits here with me tonight in this location? Okay, so now trying a DVR. So, hello? Are there any spirits here with me tonight in this location? Okay, so not having much luck with the DVR either. The roads, though, do seem to have quietened down, so hopefully, if there are spirits present in this place, they may start to feel a bit braver with less traffic around. So I will start asking if there is anyone here that would like to communicate, to come forward and touch the black box and try and manipulate the lights on it and make the light change from green all the way up to red if possible. Just as I say about the roads going quiet, yet more traffic. I think the other problem with investigating this area is the fact it's never really going to be dark because street lights right opposite and kind of outside the location. It's going to make it very hard to. I'm trying to see, was that I don't know if that was a moth going across then or something else. Okay, I don't know if anyone else is going to be able to see that one and play the video back, but there was something kind of darting across the hedge area. It might have been some kind of insect, but I just feel like whatever it was almost kind of like following the camera, and then there was kind of like a flare then that happened on the one side of the screen, and there we are. That was, it's back again. Something is darting about and playing with me, actually. I don't know if anyone else is going to see that on the camera. I'm hoping people do, and that plays back. But did anyone see kind of like a something that kind of flitted past? First I thought it was an insect, but then I tried following, and it's deliberately trying to dart out of view and has far more intelligence than an insect or anything like that would have had. That I'm finding quite interesting, but it didn't set the K2 off, but it might have been that it was a little too far away. Actually, no, it might be a reflection of light from the street light onto my lens. I don't know about that. Hold on. Yeah, I think that is actually because it's one of those, we won't try and con you guys that there's something present if there genuinely isn't. That is actually a glare of light that's appearing, I guess, reflecting from the street light across the road. So, so many things can affect a paranormal investigation and the readings that you get when you're doing stuff. And I am going to just stop the locked off camera, and I'm actually going to move that as well. Without breaking it, and see if we can get better results in a different position. It's really tricky because actually the second camera I brought with me, I thought it'd be better quality than it's proving to be. So I'm going to point it towards the back wall of what would have been the cottage. So I'm just going to set that up. So I'm going to pause this video here. Whoa! Did anyone else see that? There's a glistening happening. Glistening, sparkling on the grass. Could be reflections on grass. Obviously that's not light reflecting off my screen because I am now, or off my lens, because now I'm getting a lot of darting and sparkling, and that's not just the grass, it's happening above it as well. So I think we're now starting to see a bit of unusual activity. Whether we can find an explanation for that or not remains to be seen. So I'm just gonna it's the trouble solo investigations, trying to set up everything one person. So setting off I'm not entirely sure what the point of this now is, because it's just picking everything up as a red blur, this camera. Seems to be having a lot more luck with my phone camera at this time. There are lights in the distance, those are lights in the house, but there was lower down, there was a sparkling happening. Do spirits sparkle, guys? Can spirits sparkle? There is a definite sparkling effect going on here. That is really bizarre. I can't see, like, okay, I'm going to try and go towards the sparkle, I guess. It seems like something is trying its own way to try and communicate. So hello? Is there, just zooming out a bit, no, put it like that. Is there anybody in this building that's trying to communicate with me? Again, there's that mad sparkle. I did hear a chirping then as well. That could be from, there are some houses kind of set back behind here. Probably say like 200 feet away, but there was definitely some odd noises, and there's that sparkling again. And that sparkling is coming from a hedge. So it's really, 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 really kind of weird. That I've never seen that kind of thing before. There's also a bit of flickering going on and all sorts. Are you playing with me? Are you perhaps just having a little bit of a giggle? And there we have a train going past, and that's quite a late. That train's running heck of a way off schedule. But anyway, good old British trains for you. So we are definitely starting to get energies and responses off. Now it's like a definite kind of light appearing in the grass, but there is nothing around that would be making that light appear. It's nothing from anything I've brought with me. It's certainly not from the street lights. It's kind of like a dancing, sparkling glisten that's happening. Don't get any negative feelings here, which is good. Sorry, I just got some movement from the grass there as well. That is something that's... No, it's a frog. We've got frogs. Yep. I don't think seeing a frog jump has made me jump so much. I can't seem to kind of zoom in very well on that guy. But yeah, we have frogs, so I don't want to kind of disturb that area too much if there's froggies trying to just go about their routine. Ghosts and frogs all in one night. What can I say? So that's was the glistening coming from the frogs? Do frogs glisten? Who knows? That's an interesting one. Really, I definitely need to be kind of getting hold of a better camera to bring it out with me next time. It's annoying, this camera does have a night vision mode, but it only seems to work for photos rather than video. So actually I might just start taking some pictures in that case and see what we come up with. So, short photography interlude. Okay, so I've picked up the K2 meter and I am just seeing if we get anything towards that corner where the sparkles are coming from. So whether it's glistening frogs or something else, if you can make yourself known and come towards the K2 meter and just make it go off for me. I'm actually being really cautious where I step now because I'm actually scared of stepping on a little froggy or like so, running into ghosts, no problem. Stepping on frogs, no, don't want to be doing that. It's so weird. There is a lot of this. I mean, I know there's going to be like dew and stuff on the grass. It's going to get some shine. There's like a different kind of glistening. It's almost like if it was dew, you'd get a permanent sort of shine appear on the camera. Like if I point towards there, for example, you can see where that is. That's dew on grass, and it's a constant shine. Whereas over here, I'm pointing the camera and I'm getting a twinkling glisten. Still, K2 is not reading anything though, so wherever it is, something or nothing, pardon me, I do not know. So right, next thing I'm going to do is I am just going to give a little test to an app that I've got on my phone. So I'm going to use the other camera and focus on me using this app to see whether this app actually works or if it is just a source of entertainment. Okay, so I'm going to try out this app that I've got on my phone that I got from the Android App Store called VoiceBox, and just see whether it works or if it's just a bit of a gimmick, bit of a kind of parlour games party piece, or if I think it genuinely does anything. So we're going to turn it on and I will start. I mean, to be honest, if this genuinely works, I'd be surprised. A lot of mobile apps, they are entertainment purposes only. I mean, if you were to buy this as a piece of equipment, it would cost you a fair amount of money, whereas this was a free app. So, but you know, let's see. And it would respond as you ask questions, like when you're talking to a person. So, hello. Is there anybody willing to communicate today through the mobile device in front of me? I did give this app a little bit of a test in my home, but that was when my phone was connected to a Wi-Fi connection, and it was coming out with random phrases. Now out in the open, the K2 meter on it is apparently jumping up. Oh, it did actually just come up with something then. Didn't hear it because, silly me, I've not got the volume set up. What I will do actually to verify this app as well is if we actually have an actual K2 next to it, that K2 is on. Okay, that's a bit weird. Both K2 meters went up at the same time then, as a voice came out of the app.
Inexpressible charms for me.
Something asking for charms. Okay, I do have my phone on airplane mode, which is meant to make it harder for it to sort of set off a K2 device. The K2 is going off as the app is going off. Whether the K2 is picking up on just, you know, the app is working and doing something so it's setting off the K2, or whether they're both going off because there is something there. But it was saying something about charms for them. Do people tend to bring you charms here? Didn't quite make out what that said then. I will try and play this back later to see if it makes any sense. If it actually seems to make a conversation, or whether it is just coming out with random words and phrases. I have to say, the voice that comes out of the app, it is quite constantly a dog. It actually said something about voices then. I think it is starting to respond to the words that I'm saying. That could be a very clever app. Or it could be something else. Yeah, the app is made to sound incredibly sinister. Who you are asking? I'd just like to speak to the old residents here. Find out a bit more about your home, about what it was like when it was standing. Yeah, obviously I was saying the voice sounds quite dark and sinister, and then it seemed to actually lighten up. I may have to test this app a few times to see. That was hard to understand again. The great thing about me recording it is I can play it back later and see if I can make sense of what has been said or come out of it. Space and something. Because I can't accurately review until there's more going on. Okay. There's quite a lot of lights flicking on the actual K2 there, but nothing was happening on the app. I think it is one of those things, as it's getting later on here, we are probably going to get more activity. So I'm literally gonna turn it off. That sounds like quite a sad voice. Couldn't make out what that said again. It's gonna be a case of playing it back to see. I'm just gonna turn it off. Okay, bye for now. Turned it off. Gonna sort of put my phone in my pocket and just see if that K2 goes off again on its own, because it got all the way up to the red light. So come on, whoever made that do it last time, can you just do it again? Can you just make that the lights in front of you go up to the red to prove that you're here and that you've been trying to communicate with me, and that it was you using my mobile app to try and talk to me, please? I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I was being generous with those seconds. Right, I'm going to leave it here for tonight, guys, but I will get back, see if I can find out what was being said, and edit the video together, and then I'm going to do some proper research on the place and see if any of the research helps with anything that we found here tonight. Love and light.